Hello everyone and welcome back to Sterling TV 19 as we are back here with some high school girls soccer. The rematch that everyone's waiting for between the Eastern Vikings and your Sterling Silver Knights. It's a beautiful night on this Tuesday night. Lights covering these girls soccer teams, both very powerful in these current conditions. 66 degrees out, winds are around 6 miles per hour. The humidity is at a 70% even though it feels beautiful out, and today's forecast is quite cloudy. So except for me talking, I'm going to let the girls do the talking. They're going to introduce themselves today.
Fallon Shinseki, senior, defender, Magnolia.
Taylor Baker, sophomore, midfield, Stratford.
Lily Byrne, sophomore, midfielder, Summerdale.
Elise Simpson, senior, defense, Stratford.
Harlan Kay, senior, midfield, Stratford.
Madison Sims, junior, goalkeeper, Stratford.
Brooke Rhoda, sophomore, defender, Stratford.
Molly Hoffaker, freshman, defender, Laurel Springs.
Kara Chestnut, senior, goalkeeper, Stratford.
Adriana Zazada, senior, midfield, Summerdale.
Addison Myers, junior, midfield, Summerdale.
Regan Sheehan, junior, midfield, Stratford.
Paige Harmon, junior, midfield, Laurel Springs.
Karina Justice, senior, defender, Magnolia.
Ava Bates, striker, freshman, Magnolia.
Adriana Gumacher, sophomore, defense, Summerdale.
Nora Radish, freshman, midfield, Gloucester Township.
Allison Brown, sophomore, forward, Stratford.
Camilla Revedas, senior, defense, Stratford.
Antonia Troilo, senior, striker, Laurel Springs.
So glad to hear from some of the girls there as we're going to take a look at the girls' soccer standings this year. The Colonial Liberty, the Audubon Green Wavers taking the Liberty by storm. They're 5-0 in the conference and 9-0 overall. Haddon Township following close behind, 3-2 in the conference, 6-2 overall. West Deptford 2-2-1 in the conference and 4-2-1 overall. And then your Sterling Lady Knights off to a slow start earlier in the season, but have really got it back in these past couple games. 2-3 in the conference, 4-4 overall. Haddonfield 2-3 in the conference, 4-5-1 overall, and then the Garnets 0-4-1 in the conference and 1-4-2 overall. So taking a look at the Olympic American, Shawnee 2-0 in the division, 9-0 in total. Eastern Vikings 2-0 in the division, 7-2-1. The Cherry Hill East Cougars 1-1-1 in the division, 4-4-1 overall. The Chiefs 1-2 in the division, that is Cherokee Chiefs, and then 8-2 overall. The Rancocas Valley Red Devils 1-2 in the division, 2-6 overall, and then the Lenape Indians, who Sterling just captured a win against this past Friday, 0-2-1 and 3-6-1 overall. Taking a look at some of the statistics here for this season, Montgomery Dram leading the way with 17 points, 8 goals, 1 assist. Antonia Troilo with 9 points, 2 goals, 5 assists. Lily Byrne, 2 points, 1 goal, no assist. Fallon Shinseki, 2 points, 1 goal, no assist. And Elise Simpson with 2 points, 1 goal, no assist. And then Maddie Sims with 7 games, 105 saves, 15 saves per game. And then taking a look at the Vikings, Nevaeh Rourke with 14 points, 4 goals, and 6 assists. Aubrey Benfield with 13 points, 4 goals, 5 assists. Lily Burt, who is inactive tonight with an illness, has 11 points, 5 goals, 1 assist. Natalie Flynn with 6 points, 3 goals, no assists. And then Katrina Kokalis has 4 points, 1 goal, 2 assists. And then Araba Abenye has 9 games and 59 saves. So last year, as I mentioned before, these two teams went against each other in the Coaches Cup playoffs. So these two teams went against in the Coaches Cup final. Regulation and overtime finished 0-0, and the game was sent into penalties, where last year's senior Jordan Baker, coming fresh off an ACL tear, scored the game-winning PK, winning Sterling's first Coaches Cup in both boys and girls soccer program history. So this game comes with a lot of history. Thank you all for joining us today. I'm Daniel Leakin, joined by Max Zuback here in the booth. And Max, what are your thoughts about the game today?
I think this is probably the most important game thus far for these Lady Knights to win. It can bring them up to 500, which would be huge for them. They need something like that to really keep this momentum going as it has as we kick off. It's been a good run thus far. Maddie Sims having the season of her life. You keep up things like that, keep up that momentum. You should have the win, I wouldn't say easily, but convincingly over Eastern here today.
So Sterling progressing on that far side. Montgomery Dram, really one of the pioneers for this Lady Knights team in this season so far. I mean, when the Lady Knights were struggling, she was really one of the bright lights on this Lady Knights team, so it's important for her to get started early and get started fast. As she's taking it on that far side, one-on-one with the defender where she works best. Eastern team very good. Montgomery Dram takes a shot on goal. It's tipped off of Abigné, and that's an early corner kick here for the Knights.
I mean, being under a minute in, getting opportunities like that, it could be very telling for the coming moments. It's very possible Sterling goes up early and quickly.
The aggression greatly increasing there, from Montgomery Dram on that far side. The junior, recent Monmouth commit, takes this corner for the Knights. Gets it perfectly in the middle, looking for a couple heads in the middle, bopped up and caught by Abigné. There was a charging Lady Knights player, but makes the smart catch, and now Eastern going the other way.
One of the hardest things to do is really nail in headers like that. But when it works, it creates great moments, and I think we could see a few of those, because that corner is not half bad.
So it goes over Zazada, and now Eastern taking it the other way. Good defense there. That's number 22, Brooke Rota. Now Eastern taking it the other way. Elise Simpson there for the cutoff. Elise Simpson falls. Taking it on the far side from Eastern. Elise Simpson with a nice defensive play. Certainly looking to turn the tide the other way. Dram has to make a move. She does. Dram cuts towards the middle, gets to the 50. Dram taking it in Eastern zone. Has to be careful, make the right pass here. Dram gonna dribble it herself. Dram, the one lady show. Dram does a spin, takes a shot, and it's tipped off of an Eastern defender. That one's gonna trickle out of bounds. Tries to save it is Allison Brown, but the whistle will blow, and that'll be a free kick for Eastern. So the goalie today is Araba Abigné. In the couple games played for Eastern, she has 59 saves in 9 games played. She's having a good season herself. Very athletic there in that opposite goal cage of Maddie Sims, who has 105 saves in 7 games played, averaging a 15 saves per game clip, which is absurd.
Yes, it is a statistic that you said it, and then I had to kind of go through the shock of hearing it. It is a very, I would say, both interesting and surprising to see at the high school level that amount of effort being put in and that much work paying off in the goalie position. It's one of the hardest positions to play, and it's very akin to what you see on the boys soccer side of things with Schmid. Just brick walls in the net. It's hard to score against either of these keepers for the Sterling teams.
So it looks like it's going to be a corner kick here for Eastern. Eastern looking to get the first one of this game here against the Knights. Knights weren't very unhappy giving up that corner kick, so it looks like they have something prepared. Sending it to that far post, and Maddie Sims with the easy catch.
What they have prepared is a Maddie Sims on their team. That's all they need, really.
A beautiful drone shot tonight by Johnny Orlino, taking the place of Casey Kosneski, who has work. So it finds an Eastern foot first, but then trickles away over towards Fallon Shinseki. Fallon Shinseki scoring her first goal of this season last Friday against Lenape in their 3-0 win, where Montgomery Dram and Elise Simpson also tallied a couple goals for the Knights. And the Knights really been on track. They're on a 3-game winning streak. And I mean, talking about a winning streak, Eastern is also on one themselves. They are 4-0-1 in the past 5 games.
It's a very impressive, last 5 to look at. And it's something to really pay attention to as you go into this game, wondering, listen, obviously they're having a great run, but you lose stamina at some point.
Yeah. Bit of an aggressive play there by Brooke Rota, the sophomore defender for the Knights. Mentioned a lot the Knights graduating a lot of seniors last year. Eastern on the same side of the story, graduating 7. So a relatively younger team for Eastern. This one trickles, Eastern. That one trickles away, and Maddie Sims makes the collection. So not much offense. That one I was actually tipped by Cami Rivadis. A nice play there and great heads-up awareness from Maddie Sims to get out there. But not much offense so far from either of these teams. Really just a midfield matchup. In last year's game, 0-0 at the end of regulation and overtime. Went into penalties. Was back and forth for a while. Maddie Sims made a big save, and then Jordan Baker put the game to bed, winning the Lady Knights' first Coaches Cup and the first Coaches Cup in either soccer program history.
You got to imagine that makes this game all the more important to both sides to keep up the reputation you have for one another. Keep up also a win streak against these two squads. Yep. And obviously it's very different to who had played last year with all the seniors that had been elevated to the college level or to not, whatever they decided to do. I'm not 100% sure on all of them. But what I'm very sure of is that game was great last time around, and it's going to stay the same this time around.
This team's very evenly matched. As we saw last year and similar this year as well. Eastern plays in a little bit of a harder conference overall, but I think the skill level on both of these teams is almost perfect. And as I mentioned before, number 11, Lily Burt, a former Lady Knight, is inactive with an illness, so she will not be playing tonight for Eastern. She had 5 goals, 1 assist, and 11 points on the season so far. So definitely a big name that they're missing in their lineup, a big senior. Shot taken from Montgomery Dram just goes wide. Looks like the substitution's going to be coming in here for Eastern.
I mean, it was a great shot by Dram there, way far out of the box, but, you know, while it's good to show the other team they have that power and they have the ability to make things like that work, at the same time, early on, you want to just be able to secure points. You don't want to have to take huge risks for them. Get close to the net, secure one, and then hold on to the lead.
Looks like the substitution for Eastern was Mariah Spector. And reminder, our next TV game will be Friday, field hockey against Glassboro. That game will be starting at 4 p.m. So Eastern taking it to the Sterling defensive line, cross towards the middle. Maddie Sims is just going to let that one trickle away, and that one will be a goal kick awarded to the Lady Knights.
You know, Maddie Sims is great at making saves, but it's got to be a lot of a relief and a weight off her shoulders when she knows she doesn't even have to make the save. She can take the time, kind of evaluate what's gone on and what's gone wrong there, try to maybe facilitate from the net, and just know what could be coming in the next few attempts.
So a kick taken here. Looks like it's taken by Elise Simpson. Wonderful drone shot by Gianni Orlino. Hit off the head of Tony Troilo. Bounced towards that Eastern defensive line. Sterling pushing. Hits off of Troilo. What a nice play by Antonia Troilo. Troilo taking it towards the middle. Cut off by an Eastern defender, and that's a nice play there. As it looks like Taylor Baker's thrown to the collective dirty work, and it's hit out.
It was a great effort, but just the run wasn't there. The support for it wasn't there. No one to pass to. I feel like that's happened a few times already, where it's just people have tried to take it themselves or haven't had the people, so they didn't have to take it themselves, and that can be costly.
So Taylor Baker in her second game back after being on concussion protocol for a series of games. Her first game back was that Friday game against Lenape. That one taken off the face. The oohs and ahs from the crowd right there as it deflected off of Molly Hoffaker's face. Zazada gets a weird touch on the ball, gets it over to that outside, and now Burt is going to play it with room to go. Excuse me, that's Byrne. So Sterling progressing. Far side, gets it towards the middle, looking for Troilo, but that pass is intercepted by this Eastern defense. Whiffs on it, and now Shinseki has an opportunity, a nice defensive play there. A good recovery from Eastern. And the goalie comes out and gets the ball, but that's great pressure there by Shinseki.
I mean, this D-line has been very good at playing through the back, not forcing themselves up, letting the midfield be the midfield. And it's done very well for stopping those long runs that Sterling has been able to start getting before the 10-minute mark of this first half.
So one-on-one in this far side. A big physical play there by number 22, Brooke Rota. Wow.
It's just something you can't do if you want to make sure you're playing well. I understand sometimes it's just you don't want to have to deal with it. You want to get them off of you, but you got to play cleaner than that.
They definitely do, but nevertheless, what a defensive play. And it looks like this will be a throw-in again for for Eastern. Mariah Spector going to be the one to throw it in. Gets it towards the middle, hits off of Rota's head. Sterling scrambling to get it out. Hoffaker pushes it forward towards Zazada, and Zazada pushes it forward towards Dram. Dram couldn't get there, and sent back into the Sterling defensive line. Simpson gets a weird touch on the ball, but does push it forward towards Zazada. Zazada can't handle it. Now Eastern sends it back in. Eastern with the play in front of the net. Hoffaker playing good prevent defense. Great job by Hoffaker to stay with it and push it forward towards Sterling. Looks like Taylor Baker is going to have it. Puts a nice move. Puts another nice move. Has to send it forward and does. And now Dram taking it midfield. Dram has space. A defender closing in. Dram pushes past. Dram takes the right angles at all times. Dram takes a shot, and Abigné is going to be on that all day. This game stays 0-0.
Now, I'm not so sure if that was more of a shot or just trying to get the pass on, and it was just too much. Couldn't get the curve for the pass to work, because she would have been offside. She would have been onside for that. It just ended up not being in their favor either way, and it leads to yet another chance not fully taken by the Lady Knights thus far.
Well, unfortunately, she was not onside for that one. Looks like Lily Byrne was the one caught speeding. Now Eastern going to have a free kick. Simpson gets a nice touch on the ball. Nice shot from our birdcage box cam. Now taken on the near side. Pushing forward, that's number 4, Nevaeh Rourke crosses it towards the middle, and a nice collection by Maddie Sims to put that puppy to bed.
I mean, if you see it from here, it's very close to the side of the field. And if you're trying to make a cross there, it's just you don't have the balance to make something like that work in that type of position.
Rourke, a dangerous player, 4 goals, 6 assists, 14 points, leads the team in points and assists. And now Montgomery Dram has it on that far side. Dram, faced with 2 defenders on her, tries to make a move, looking for a pass. Looks like she's going to take it herself, gets it back over to Byrne. Byrne pushes it forward towards Dram. A nice readjustment there between the 2 players, but it's cleared out by Eastern quite quickly. Revadis, one-on-one with Rourke on that far side, and Rourke gets the better of Revadis. Revadis still neck and neck with Rourke on that far side. Revadis, great hustle to push that one out of bounds. And that's going to be a matchup we're going to be looking at all night tonight.
Oh, it's been very, competitive between those 2 on that side. One's beating down the other on this occasion. Revadis is able to get the foot on it. On the prior occasion, she was able to pressure her, to not get a good cross in. It feels like that's going to be a main factor as to how the ball gets going for the side of Eastern.
So Sterling and Eastern tied in this 0-0 game, similar to what we saw last year. The electricity of that game is something that could not be replicated in any game, Max. And I know you weren't there, but I was there, along with Jacob Clark, Brian McLernan, and Connor Strauss. And man, it's just such a fun game to be a part of, such a fun game to be there, and just so monumental for this Sterling program, how much they've built the past couple of years.
It really added a lot of prestige, it felt like. Especially
that's a great word, Max.
Something that was comparative to an in-season tournament for us. It's a lot to take in the moment. You got to be as calm as you can coaching and playing, but once it's done and you've already won in such an intense game, you take that, and it's got to be hard to go from the thrill of winning that to, all right, now on to the next one. Ooh.
Dangerous stance there from Montgomery Dram. A nice give and go with Adriana Zazada, but to no prevail. And Abigné lets that one soar by.
This is the second time we've seen Sterling go for a really long ball, and it just hasn't worked out yet. But I feel like they haven't had a need to do things like that, other than just being a little worried that the line will do their job insanely well for these Eastern Vikings and be able to stop them once they're in the box, which, that's just something you've got to have some support to plan against.
I do think Sterling trying to set the tone a little bit with Montgomery Dram. Dram definitely their most lethal attacker. And they really want to get things started early with her. Eastern takes it on that far side, deflected out. Elise Simpson keeps it in and prevents a corner kick. That's a great heads-up play there by Simpson.
It's a great run. Just can't take the chance because Revadis is there. Yeah, that's right. Revadis is there to get the block in. The second one she's had on plays like that where it's either in the box or it's a free kick, and it's led to great defensive efforts that led to either goal kicks or saves on the coming moments.
Just like that one.
Exactly.
Nice little alley-oop there from Max so I can make the call about Maddie Sims collecting yet another one. A nice kick towards the middle, looks for Troilo. Troilo tips it forward, trying to pressure that outside, kind of taking her time though as Gunter has a little bit of, that's not Gunter, that's Ferguson, has a little bit of time to progress. Man, the numbers on these Eastern uniforms look pretty cool, but it's kind of hard to read from afar. Halber sends it in the middle, not collected, and now Sterling going the other way. That's Byrne. Passing it back to Revadis. Revadis going to send it deep back to Byrne. Byrne has a little bit of room to work with. Byrne tries to send it forward towards Troilo, and that one's intercepted by the Vikings. So the Vikings going to turn the momentum the other way. as Revatus has been playing lockdown on that far side, but now Eastern trying to break that seal. Simpson comes in to help, tips it off of the Eastern player, and that's a great defensive play there from Simpson as she quickly throws that one back in. See what kind of game that Sterling's trying to play here. Very high-paced, very quick, trying to catch Eastern off guard as Byrne takes it very far on that far side, loses control of it, and now Eastern's going to have the throw-in opportunity.
That's the risk-reward type of play when you're on the side. You have to really be in control of the ball and then have to be able to find a way to move the ball in. It's not going to be reliable to only stay really on the edges. At some point, it's going to get either pushed out, you're going to lose control. It's just inevitable and stuff like that, no matter how good you are.
So Troilo applying pressure causes Eastern to send that one out. The Sterling defensive line has done a superb job so far in keeping Eastern at bay. So now Troilo takes it on the near side. Trying to clear that Eastern defender. Taylor Baker tips it. That's going to be a throw-in awarded to the Knights. She gets it in towards Troilo. Troilo takes an awkward bounce off the ball, and Eastern's going to let that one trickle out. Nice heads-up play there from Brugus. Eastern chipping it forward. Sterling meets them there as we get an awesome drone shot of the field. Just a beautiful turf field installed not too long ago, and been in basically perfect condition ever since. Beautiful conditions out tonight, quite cloudy. The lights shining on the field, a nice brisk fall breeze. Very nice temperature, actually. So there's a nice defensive play there from Sterling. Now Taylor Baker's going to take it on this near side. Has some time to make a decision, gets it to that far side where she finds Montgomery Dram. The pioneer of this offense gets it back over to Baker. Baker chips it forward looking for Troilo. Troilo tries to meet it there, can't. Baker keeps it in. But it looks like that ball is just going to trickle out. Now Eastern's going to get awarded another throw-in.
They've been very good at, piling on the pressure against this Vikings defensive, 4-3, however many are back there, but it hasn't gone past them, which is what they need to do. They need to be able to find the gap and go through.
So we're going to take a look, hit out, and what a nice play there from our boy Bryak on the camera. On
Wonderful
the field,
first touch.
his first time, or one of his first times alone, getting used to the camera, doing a great job at making plays while he's at it. Now Eastern going to take it the other way. A lot of first-timers here tonight. RJ Atkinson in the truck doing replay tonight, and our boy James, who's new to Tech Crew, doing the graphics, doing a great job tonight. A couple new cameramen as well. So it's nice to see experiences getting diversified, as now Montgomery Dram is looking to diversify the ball as they move forward. Dram gets it to that outside, and it's called offsides.
It's an unfortunate one. It's kind of a close one from the monitor. If we get on the drone here, it will make it a little more obvious as, that's a definite offside for sure. It's definitely rough, especially when you're trying to apply pressure, get through the line. You can't do it too early. You've got to really perfectly time getting through the line. And things like that might be what, win you the first goal of this game. Just wasn't there that time.
Well, Sterling's very hungry, as we've seen. They've really controlled the midfield possession for most of this game. We haven't seen Eastern go on the attack very much, as now Troilo makes a move on that far side, has Baker in the middle. Troilo looking for the cross in, a nice defensive play by Eastern, and it will be awarded a corner kick for Sterling.
We've already seen one pretty solid corner, just didn't end up resulting in much more than a vertical header. We can see if that gets resolved with this time around, see if they can get the spacing.
Couple tricks there from the Knights, and resulting in a corner headed in, looked for Simpson. Shinseki has a moment, collects it, and it's kicked out by Eastern. So Eastern doing a great job of getting on that one quickly. That looked like it was Halber on that on the near side. A nice shot from our man downstairs, Bryak. So that one's kicked up, headed by Baker, headed by Troilo, and it looks like it's easily collected by the Eastern keeper.
That's kind of what I'm saying, where they had a little more support on that time, but they didn't have it where they needed it to get the end result, which they've been searching for, as we're about unofficially halfway through the first half now.
No, our time is pretty locked up with the timer I see on the scoreboard. Looks like 20 minutes left in this first half. Officially. That feels good to say for once. This one skied in towards Sterling. Lady Knights kicking it up. Shinseki going to head it forward, does a great job getting it towards Baker. Baker to Zazada, looking like a pinball machine out there as Baker finally collects it on her foot. Tries to sky it towards his Eastern defense. Now it's sent in towards the Eastern attack. A nice play there, and now Simpson's going to have to make a play on it. Getting pressured from that outside, and Sims boots that one away towards midfield. Collected by Eastern. Shinseki the first one to meet. Getting it over to the near side. Sterling's going to have to be careful not to get caught here. Crosses it towards the middle. Nobody home but Simpson. Simpson clears that one away quickly. Eastern keeps it in. One of the first times that we've seen Eastern apply some pressure here. Quickly blocked away by Sterling. The Lady Knights looking to keep possession for a couple of moments, and they do. Nice play there from Byrne. Byrne's going to send it forward into that Eastern back line. Really just a game of give and go so far. We haven't seen many offensive opportunities. I think 2 corner kicks for Sterling and maybe 1 for Eastern. And other than that, there really has not been much. It's really just been a midfield possessions with both defenses playing absolutely stellar.
It's just been pure soccer, hasn't it? It's been back and forth, but not back and forth in the sense of like a basketball game's pace where it's just end to end. This is more, composed defensively on both sides. Pressure hasn't gotten too much. Slightly physical, but not physical enough for anything, crazy to be called. It's been pretty even soccer these first, early moments to halfway point moments this first half.
One thing I've observed so far, and we saw it a little bit while you were talking there, Rota has been an absolute unit on that defensive line, really just laying the body. And man, she hasn't been called once. It's been relatively clean, but it's very impressive.
It's fun to watch as well because it's very interesting to see how she works in the defensive line because she's just so good at what she does.
And one thing we always talked about, Max, during half times or after games or before games even, we'd always talk about how the Lady Knights lacked a little bit of physicality every once in a while. They would almost get off-bodied when it came to that physicality aspect of the game. And, I mean, putting someone like Rota on that back line to bring that aspect has been really refreshing for the Knights. And you can follow us on Instagram and get your refresh on your page at Sterling TV 19 as we are sending pictures, sending videos of all the things we do here at Sterling Tech Group and stuff around the castle. So make sure you go follow our Instagram at Sterling TV 19. Now Sterling pushing into this Eastern back line. Eastern smartly kicks that one away as they were being pressured by the big 2 with Monty Dram and Tony Troilo. Both multi-sport athletes. We will see Dram in the winter playing girls basketball under Coach Kate McDonald. Troilo we'll see in the spring for her main sport, lacrosse, where she's committed to Kutztown to continue her academic and lacrosse journey. Revadis sends that one deep, looking towards the middle. That one headed out. Looks like she was looking for Zazada. That one's skied away by Eastern. A big pop fly, nicely tracked there from Rota. And that one's going to go out, so an Eastern throw-in. And you can follow us on Twitter or X at Sterling TV 19, where we will have live updates of the games and stuff happening around the castle. So make sure you go follow us on Twitter at Sterling TV 19. So Eastern attempting to make an attack. A little bit too physical on that back line. They finally get Rota for that one. We're going to take a little replay look at that one. It looks like, from our eyes here, looks like Eastern ran into Rota.
It looked like
that was number 3, Natalie Flynn. It looks like she ran into Rota, but now a dangerous chance here for Eastern. So Eastern ready to take this free kick. 15 minutes shows the scoreboard here on the turf. The right arm raises and the kick, here it goes. Gets it towards the middle. Nice defensive play there from Sterling. They break the wall, and what a great play from Sterling to get that clearance. And now Sterling going the other way. Sterling playing incredible defense in this game with great pace. Here comes Zazada. Zazada gets it over towards Dram. Dram looking to pioneer this offense forward. Dram makes a couple of moves. Dram gets it towards the middle, tries to take a shot. and it's no good.
I think the reason it's no good, though, is because you have moments where you can pass and you just don't. It's been a few runs now where Dram, while having confidence is good, having those moments where you have the options, you just don't take them, that's where I feel like the issues have stemmed from thus far. Trust your teammates a little more. You'll get great results from it.
So a couple of good news to put out around the castle. Girls tennis picked up their playoff win against Pemberton, where they completed the sweep 5-0. And in terms of boys soccer, they had a game away against Woodbury, and they took care of things, winning 8-1. So definitely some good news to spread here on the broadcast. Definitely big for the Lady Knights on the tennis courts because they're having one phenomenal season so far under Coach Strauss. So there's a nice play there from Camilla Revetis.
I mean, if we see it here, it's the same type of scenario we've been seeing throughout the game where they get towards the edge or maybe sometimes in but not really centered, and Revetis is there to either kick it out, give themselves, halt the momentum, make them reset, or she's also been able to just block a lot of, she blocked the first free kick that Eastern had.
And now Eastern has an opportunity, and it's called offsides. And wow, what a dangerous opportunity that was for Eastern. They definitely did get caught offsides a little bit there, but man, that was close.
The offside call, while accurate, was a godsend for this Lady Knights team. That was a risky, offensive play that's left the defense in the dust for a second there, but just a little bit, lackluster on the awareness from the Vikings leads to something that could have possibly resulted in goal reversed.
And now Rourke has an opportunity. She breaks away from Revetis for one of the first times in this game. Simpson goes out to make the nice defensive play. What a great play there from Simpson. And now Sterling looking to go the other way on that far side. Looks like it's Montgomery Dram. Dram slows it down and pushes forward. Definitely gets a little bit of physicality, and they're going to get that one all day.
It's just, there's no call you're not going to get when the ball's already gone from your feet and then you get tripped up. It's something that's always going to get called and always a correct call. If the ball's not there, don't make the tackle.
So Sterling going to get awarded a free kick, but it's pretty far away as they're around the 42 in terms of football. So about 42 yards, probably a little more because it's on the back end of the end zone away from the goal. And Shinseki makes a hustle play over to the ball, getting pressured from up top. Tries to kick back, and now Eastern's going to go the other way. Looks like Abby Medolia was the one to get that one for Eastern. And now Eastern has a little bit of leg room. Eastern trying to pull away. Rota comes out. Rota makes the aggressive play. Pass goes a little bit off wire, and now Sims is there to pick it up.
I mean, it's a solid run, but like you had said, aggressive play. Sometimes aggressive isn't always the best way to play. I feel like she could have, with maybe a little bit of a move there, extended the run slightly. Not a ton, but just a little bit to create some more space for the Vikings to get on the board a little later in this first half.
So that one hit up in the air, collected by Eastern. Flynn was the one to put it on goal, but a nice scoop by Sims. So around 11 minutes show here on the big scoreboard. That is the official timing. And I know Kay's getting annoyed of hearing that, so it'll be the last time I will mention it. So Baker pressuring on this close side. Tips off of Baker, and now Dram has an opportunity. Eastern defense got a little lackadaisical. A big physical play there made on Dram. No call, and the game will play on.
I feel like that could have been a call there. The ball was gone from Dram, and she got tripped up, but it felt like it was a good call to play the advantage. Maybe just a bit of a slip up there.
So now Sterling on that far side. A nice defensive play by Eastern. This won't be a Sterling throw-in. Substitutions made. A couple of substitutions are made for Sterling. Trying to take a look at who's running on the field. That looks like it's Nora Radish and Paige Harmon. So the freshman Nora Radish and the junior Paige Harmon. Harmon plays that midfield role very physically. So getting a bit of a physicality aspect on the field from Harmon. And Radish is really just a speedy attacker. Really can break through your defensive line as quick as lightning. Revetis heads that one forward. Knocked down by Eastern. Eastern is going to kick that one out, so it'll be a throw in here for Sterling.
Well, the play's been clean. I feel like there's been a lot of short stoppages for things like throw-ins. If you want to keep, momentum and pace up, you've got to stop letting up things where you're on the edge constantly, because it'll keep leading to more throw-ins, more halts of momentum. You're not letting the game flow yourself. It's nothing to do with referees. It's not being able to control yourself. And wait a second here.
Now, it looks like that's Troilo on that far side, really putting in the work. Cleared away by Eastern, but a Lady Knight is there to collect. Deflected off of the Eastern defense, and that one's kicked away. Shinseki playing that head midfield role. That's Elise Simpson who weaves her way through. Finds Troilo, who gets it over to Dram. Sorry, that was Simpson. I did not see the captain's patch or the number. Simpson creeps forward. Simpson's going to have it. That one's going to be easily scooped up there from the Eastern keeper. But a big Sterling attack, one of the first ones we've seen in this game, but this game stays tied 0-0.
It was a phenomenal effort, but it just couldn't quite get there. It was a great shot as well, really weaved through the defending lines, but the keeper was there. He played it to the wrong post. It's just going to be how it is with the long shots they've been taking. It's hard to make long shots more accurate than it is just being able to play up on the net and press through a nice, short, quick and easy goal.
So Eastern playing around midfield, pushing it forward, pressured by Zazada. Eastern now on that far side, Revadis and Rourke. Rourke makes a phenomenal move. Revadis still sticking on her like glue. Crosses it towards the middle. Sterling's there to meet, and now Sterling's looking to go the other way. Dram faced with an Eastern defender behind her. Dram kicks that one away. Eastern still trying to move forward, and that one's a little bit of a physical play. That one's going to go on Rota as well.
Let's see if this is just another instance of
I think
ran
she
into.
definitely clipped her.
No, that's an unclean tackle. Oh,
looks like
a little more than unclean.
So the clock will stop here at around 7:50 left on the big scoreboard. And you can subscribe to us on YouTube at Sterling Channel 19, as we will have live updates of all the games happening around the castle. We'll have commercials, castle connections with Mr. Claiborne, and things of that sort. So make sure you go subscribe at youtube.com/SterlingTV19. So it looks like Flynn is up, being attended by our athletic trainer, Sean Klink. Definitely got a little love in the face, unfortunately.
It sucks to see anyone go down, especially when the play has been, while a little physical, mainly clean. The first major stoppage has to do with injury and not just a mistimed play. It's just not something you want to see late into the first as well. But however, it does give both teams to maybe take a second, figure out what's been going wrong thus far, and try to capitalize prior.
So the city of brotherly love is what we're seeing here tonight. The Phillies out of action. The Eagles suffering a loss this past Monday. The Flyers in action tonight in Boston. And the Sixers looking to get their season started. Just recently had their media day where they showcased the big three between Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Paul George. So definitely something we're going to get used to seeing in Philly. Something very refreshing as well, with Embiid getting some help.
One of the most exciting things I've been able to wait for recently. I've always wanted to be excited about basketball, but I've seen Tobias Harris on the roster. I never have.
So it looks like Ferguson, I can't really see the number, but I'm going to assume it looks like a 6, and that looks like Ferguson's going to take this one for Eastern. That one's Sky towards Sims, an easy collection for Maddie Sims. Gave both teams a second to strategize, but Eastern cannot come up with anything. It stays 0-0.
And, regardless of the result there, that is
a nice shot.
Very solid placement on that kick. It's just, when you have Sims in the goal, you really shouldn't expect much to go in if you're taking a shot from anywhere. You've really got to get, a perfect, thread through if you want something to go in against the keepers at Sterling on either team.
So now Sterling pushing into this offensive zone. Radish has an opportunity. Bit of a physical play. No call there from the refs. Fans upset. Sterling's upset. Whistle blows. So we're going to take a look at that one real quick.
I mean, it's something physical goes down in the box. Oh, that's just a late tackle attempt.
We're not going to address it here. Refs see what the refs see. Fans not happy about it. Sterling's not happy about it, but it's a corner kick here for the Lady Knights, taken on the near side by Montgomery Dram. The Lady Knights filling the box, only 3 girls back, everyone inside. She lifts the arm, takes it. Tries to look for that back post. Does find a Knight, but they all move out of the way. It looks like Radish was the closest one to it. Elise Simpson makes an aggressive tackle, and that will be another corner kick for the Lady Knights. What a tackle from Simpson.
It's a bit of a momentum saver there.
Yeah.
You make sure they can't get anything off of you guys being all in the box with no one really to go against. And you give yourselves another opportunity to get it. I think this is their 4th quarter of the half. And they get, now another opportunity back-to-back. They can lead through.
So Dram taking this corner. Gets it towards the middle. Looks for Troilo. Hit off of her head, but nice defense there by Eastern. Sterling looking to keep it in. Zazada makes an aggressive play. Eastern there to meet. Eastern still trying to clear. Kept in by Simpson. Simpson pushed a little too far. Now looking for Hoffaker. Hoffaker hits off her head. Eastern looking to push the other way. Nice physical play there from Revatus. Zazada gets pushed down, and this game's starting to get a little physical from both sides. They're going to get that one all day. So we're going to take a look at the last corner kick. Hits off of Troilo, but Eastern was there to meet. That one's sent out, and Max, as I mentioned, game's starting to get a little chippy.
Yeah, I mean, you got to recall the history just a year ago.
Yeah.
They're going in with that prior knowledge, that prior instinct to get the win back if you're Eastern, and then to keep the streak alive if you're the Lady Knights.
And also the penalty a couple minutes before against Rota, bit of almost a cheap shot on Flynn. So definitely going to increase the chippiness as we're nearing the final 5 minutes of this first half. Baker tries to send it to that far side for Troilo. Eastern there to meet, and that one's going to be, that one's tipped off of Troilo. It's actually going to be a goal kick here for Eastern. We're going to take a look at that. I don't know.
I'm not sure about that one.
People in the truck, can we get another replay on that same one? On that same angle, that would be great.
I'm very curious to see if...
Yeah, I'm curious to see. It's all good.
Have to clean my glasses just to make sure.
Yeah, I didn't think that hit off of Troilo actually at all. And that one was pretty directly cleared by that Eastern defensive line, but now Eastern taking it the other way. Trying to put a move on Simpson. Simpson's there to meet. That's, again, a great play by Simpson. And really, Revatus, Simpson, Grota, and Hoffaker having an amazing night in that back line.
It's just, I feel like both teams' defensive lines have had great chances to show the talents they have as those back lines, as they're very good at stopping momentum from both sides. Both keepers have been very good at capitalizing on the pressure that gets kind of taken off of the shoulders of the keepers, and then they're just able to capitalize with easy grabs.
So last year's game, as we mentioned, the Lady Knights victorious over Eastern in penalty kicks. And we're going to take a look at that one starting at halftime and just reminisce on some of the highlights that we got from that game, because Sterling TV 19, as we mentioned, was at that game. We're going to reminisce on some of the highlights from that game between these two teams. So Eastern with an opportunity, hit away quickly by that Lady Knights defense. That time it was Hoffaker getting down dirty. Now Eastern's going to come over to take this throw in. It's number 18, Mariah Spector. Eastern gets a weird touch on the ball, kind of a pop-up here. It's going to be the first one to touch it. Eastern still has possession. Eastern looking to break the seal that these two teams have set, and a nice catch there from Sims between some traffic to keep this one 0-0.
I mean, it's a little bit of hesitation on the shot attempt. Goes with the left. It was, a nice curve on the shot, but when Sims is there, it doesn't matter the technique you've got. You've just got to go for power, I feel like. Get it past the keeper rather than try to fake out the keeper with, some curvature of the ball.
So Zazada with a nice header, but Eastern sends it back the other way. Hoffaker the first one to it. Hoffaker pressured by Eastern attacker. Gets it between Hoffaker's legs. Sims is going to have to come out of the net, and that's an easy collection for Maddie Sims. So about 2 minutes and 15 seconds left here to play in this first half. 0-0 the score. Minimal offense to start, but it's ramped up in these past couple of minutes between these both teams. So Eastern looking to send it into Sterling's zone. Nice play by Dram, but taken away by Eastern, and now Eastern has the numbers advantage on the Sterling defensive line. It's passed towards the middle. A shot is taken, deflected, and Sims again just with the easy collection.
It's felt like while there have been some more difficult saves for Sims to make, the majority have been just quick, ground balls to take, and then just either booting it out or rolling it out if you play it out the back, which honestly I think they should be doing more try to, release some tension, getting the ball off the ground, and roll it out, play from the back, maybe try to get a long shot or a cross.
So a big toss by Hoffaker leads Troilo. Troilo gets it over towards Radish, but Radish turns it over, and now Eastern's looking to go the other way. A nice touch there by Ruscioli. And now Eastern going the other way, having the numbers advantage. Her and the keeper taking the shot, the cross, and a nice play there from Camila Revedas to keep that one out. Eastern may be looking for a call there, but they're not going to get one as Revedas keeps this one 0-0. And the Sterling team lives to breathe another day.
I think the reason they might not have called that is just as a justification for any other, confusion on the other one in the box. And it's, I don't know, I feel like both could have been called, but it's good that neither were, just to keep it even.
And now Sims comes out of the crease. Looks like the Sterling defensive line had time. We're going to get a couple replays here the past couple minutes. Oh, wow. How close that one was. Just a miss to keep this one tied up with about 20 seconds left here on the big scoreboard. Sterling defense looking to just, turn down the volume a little bit here that Eastern's really blasting the noise. With about 10 seconds left, Sterling looking to clear. Simpson does towards midfield. With about 5 seconds left, Drams trying to take it up the middle. Bit of physicality towards that midfield. And that's going to do it here for this first half. So 0-0 the score. And we're going to take a flashback to last year's Coaches Cup final where Sterling prevailed in penalty kicks.
What an effort from both teams.
One for the ages.
Eustace, ready. Here's the shot. And swatted away! What a play by Sims.
And now it comes down to Jordan Baker.
What a story this could be. Jordan Baker could not play all of last year due to a torn ACL. Has come back and is ready for the shot of a lifetime. Jordan Baker. Here's the shot. And it's good! Jordan Baker has done it! The shot of her life, and the Lady Knights, for the first time in their history, has won the Coaches Cup Finals. Unbelievable! The superfans surround her as Eastern is stunned.
What a fairy tale ending to an amazing game. And as you said, Brian, Jordan Baker, who missed all of last year, comes out and wins it for the Lady Knights.
The superfans giving it right back to Eastern right now.
Jordan Baker comes through and wins it for the Sterling Lady Knights. A history-defining moment in the legacy of Jordan Baker, and a history-defining moment for the legacy of this 2023 Lady Knights club.
It's getting late. I should really go to bed.
Girl, what are you worried about? Come on, it won't hurt if you stay up another hour.
You know what? You're right. It couldn't hurt to stay up for another hour or so. What? It's already 1 a.m.? I didn't even realize it was so late. I'm telling her I'm going to bed. It's 7 a.m. Oh my god, ow! Ugh. Mom, I'm running late. Don't forget to pick up the kids later. Alright, I gotta go. Have a good day.
Is this seat taken?
Yes, it is.
Well, what about this one?
This one's taken too.
What about this one?
They're all taken.
Well, where am I supposed to sit?
Not with us. Go sit over there.
Where's your ID?
Wait a minute! Put that hood down! You're late. Put your hood down.
Where's your ID?
And you have your backpack on.
I guess one time isn't gonna kill me.
It's totally safe. We do this all the time.
There's no way these drugs are laced, right?
Trust me, you're gonna be fine.
I just need to forget everything.
It'll be fun.
A lethal dose of fentanyl is just 4 grains of sand and can hide in any drug. So no matter what you and your friends think, what you can't see will kill you. Don't die to get high. Fentanyl is fatal. Get the whole truth at CamdenCounty.com/fentanyl.
Would you check your email?
What's email?
The thing that keeps making that sound! Now I know why you didn't join me for the fire escape! Open it now! 1,700 emails!
Maybe you should open your emails too.
You think so?
Did you see Johnny's shorts on Thursday?
Oh my god, I know, it was disgusting.
Wait, guys,
What cup are you on, Riley?
I think she's on her 12th. Well, here's 13.
I don't think I can do it.
No, you have to do it.
No,
You have to do it.
Okay, okay.
All right, chug,
Okay.
chug, 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 chug. Woo! Oh my God,
Guys,
you did it.
I don't feel so good.
You're fine.
I don't feel so
It's
good.
normal.
Is she okay?
What are we gonna do now?
We need to call for help.
No, we're gonna get in trouble. We can't do that.
Dude, you should really take your hood down. I heard there's something people put internal for an entire semester. Dude, that's just a little bit. I'm taking my hood down. That's stupid.
Hey, you know the rules. No hood. And where's your ID? Get to class.
How many times do I have to tell you? Get the hoodie off. That's it. I've had it with this hoodie business. Down to Vice Principal's office now.
I can't believe I've been working on this homework for over an hour now. I only have to submit this last assignment and I'll finally be done. Who's messaging me? I don't know who this is, but I guess I'll just see what she wants and then I'll go to bed. What? It's got you all excited. I have a date with this girl I met on Instagram earlier this week. This is my first time meeting her in person, though.
You just met this girl yesterday, and you're already going on a date with her?
You're crazy, man. You gotta be careful.
Whatever, man. You guys just may have a date tonight.
What is
up?
So we hope you guys enjoyed that little flashback to last year's 0-0 regulation overtime, but really the penalty kicks is where the statement was made here for the Lady Knights, and we're back here now in present time, second half action coming up, 0-0 the score. Been a pretty action-packed game so far, physicality really ramping up in the last couple of minutes, but now Sterling or Eastern is looking to break away from the other. I'm Daniel Leakin, joined by Max Zubak and Mikey Tully here in the booth.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, Mike. Welcome to Sterling TV 19 broadcast booth as we are underway here with second half action. Another 40 minutes to decide who's the winner. No goals scored, it'll go into overtime. Golden goal, 15-minute periods. And if a goal is scored, well, I guess we'll go from there. Eastern starting with possession. Eastern creeping into this back line. Lee Simpson puts the body on the line. Now it's deflected off of Sterling, and Maddie Sims is going to make the easy collection. Sims been on point this game and continues to do so starting the second half.
It's felt like it's been hard for her to, not have an on-point game thus far going on this season. It's been, constant great games. If you're going into a game against Sterling, that's got to be the first priority, is how do you fool such an aware keeper like Sims is?
So now Eastern taking the free kick. It looks like after a hand pass called on Tony Troila. That one deflected down, and now Burns going to move it on that outside. Dram is going to be the first one to pressure. But she will not succeed, as it looks like Eastern's going to throw this one in. Looks like Molly Brugus. Nice touch there from Eastern.
Very back and forth game so far. I mean, both teams get some opportunities, but overall defense has come up big.
Big analysis there from the big 2-7 Mikey Tully, as there's a nice clearance there from Eastern. On my sheet it said Aubrey Benfield for Eastern, one of their leading scorers, was number 10. Actually, she's number 39. Just found that out during the half, so adjustments to the announcing will be made as the game continues on. Sterling, or Eastern trying to progress forward, excuse me, but Sterling still playing that lockdown defense. Simpson heads it forward towards Zazada. Zazada gets a nice touch on it, but Eastern takes it away. Sending it the other way, the Vikings. Now the Vikings have possession in this defensive zone. Shinseki's there to pressure, moving towards this close side. Also pressure from Revatus, and there will be a throw in here for the Vikings.
You know, this Sterling defense, it seems like their main opportunities have come when they just keep them out of the middle. You know, they do a really great job of just keeping them on the sidelines, keeping no hard opportunities, you know. Solid stuff out there.
Yeah, and, you know, to go off of that, it's been kind of that way for both defensive sides. They've been very good at, you know, staying as one solid unit to deny most pushes going forward. Not a lot of pressure has come onto either of these defensive sides because they've been so good at containing the attack, at least in this first half.
Absolutely.
We saw Eastern break through a little bit towards the end of that first half onto this Sterling defensive line. A couple of mistakes almost caused an Eastern goal, but Maddie Sims stood tall in net.
Yeah, and a good defensive play by Cami Revatus, too, on that cross.
So, continuous out-of-bounds balls. Now it will be a corner kick here for the Vikings.
This is the first Eastern corner, I believe.
It's second, I think.
Second.
They had one in the first half early,
Yeah,
right
that's
after
right.
Sterling's first one.
That is right. Although Sterling was kind of overshadowed that from a memory.
Yeah. Well, that's the important stuff that we got to keep track of here at Sterling TV 19 is the Sterling corner kicks. Because we are a Sterling broadcast. Drone shot brought to you by Johnny Rolino. Shot taken in. Gets towards the middle. Shot is taken. Nice defensive play there from Simpson, putting her body
Great
on the
block
line.
right there.
Sterling looking for the clear, and they do get it. Eastern keeping it in, though. Physical play there from Rhoda on that far side. They pushed forward. A shot taken on Simpson. What a save there by
Wow.
Maddie Sims.
Just a brick wall.
Sims stands tall. It's 0-0.
It's just another instance of how good Sims is in the net. She is so confident to play out, play back in, get a punch out, play from the side, or just get a simple roll out and play it from there. There's nothing that an offense can do to fool Sims other than go for maybe a power shot. That's all I've really seen work against her.
Absolutely.
Sims averaging a 15 save per game clip this season. Has 105 games or 105 saves in 7 games played.
Just very positionally aware and very always in position.
Sims does a great job keeping the girls in this game, but besides that, Elise Simpson putting her body on the line once again as there's Maddie Sims giving the directions to the players up front. Simpson the one taking the kick, putting her body on the line to prevent a goal off that corner kick, as she did similarly in that Eastern game last year. Remember a couple instances where Simpson really just was a game changer in that one, as Eastern taking it the other way. Headed out once again by Simpson. Skied in towards Sims. Sims makes the easy catch in the end zone. Could have been a touchdown, but wrong football. Sims is going to sky this one away. Next TV game will be Friday. It'll be field hockey versus Glassboro. That one is going to start at 4 p.m.
Get ready for some penalty corners.
And it's 7 o'clock that night. Speaking of football, boys football is going to look for their second straight win going against the Collingswood Panthers live at Collingswood starting at 7 p.m. Big rivalry match for the Knights. Coach is feeling confident. And I think the Knights are feeling confident too after a big win against Gloucester Catholic.
Yeah.
Graham dances with it, and that one gets behind the goal. There's Dram for this year. 8 goals, 1 assist, 17 points. The recent Monmouth commit, having herself a great junior campaign. And with the absence of Ireland Kay throughout this season, has really shown to be the star of this Sterling offense.
You know, the absence of Ireland Kay, and also I'm sure the guidance of Ireland Kay as well. Ireland very good at what she does when she's healthy. And, it's sorry for laughing there. Unrelated. It's something I wish I could have been here to commentate for while she was healthy. She is just that impressive. Sorry for...
Our monitor keeps shutting off once again, just as the problem we had during the girls volleyball game. And we had it working for quite a while. Just started glitching out. But now throw in taken here by Cami Rovadis. She sends it forward over towards Dram. Dram gets a rough touch on the ball, and it's now going the other way as Eastern is going to take control. Shinseki looks like she meets Medola in the middle. And now on that hard side, that looks like Rourke. Rourke gets pressured by
play.
two Turling defenders, and man, they're staying strong against this really high-powered Eastern offense.
Rourke has had a lot of great attempts, both on the sides and now getting into the middle of the attack, but she just hasn't been able to get fully past the defense that Sterling has thrown at her. I think she really just needs one great attempt. She gets past the lines, has the field for herself. That type of one-on-one scenarios, I think where she'll thrive once it's just her and the keeper.
I agree. You know, the Sterling defense is just suffocating them. They really don't have, they're just not giving up those great opportunities, and that's exactly what you need from them.
So the wall stays strong as this one's cleared out by the Lady Knights, and they're looking to take it the other way. Dram gets the ball on her feet. Dangerous in open area. Dram's going to sky it forward, looking for her counterpart, Tony Troilo. Troilo does not get there in time, and it's smartly cleared away by that Eastern defense.
Finally get to see some Sterling offense here. See what they can do.
In the second half, it's been rather lackluster, as Mikey just mentioned. It looks like here's going to be a corner kick for the Lady Knights, so definitely a way to get it started. Good hustle from number 48, Tony Troilo. Definitely an important piece for the Sterling team. With about 31 minutes and 30 seconds left in this second half. Corner's going to take it in. Gets it to that middle. Punched away. Zazada has it at the top of the key, looking to fire it in. Gets it to the far side where Byrne is and cleared away by that Eastern defense. So punched away by Abigné in net. Dangerous opportunity there for the Knights, but cannot prevail. So Eastern still trying to clear it away. The Knights persistent on keeping this one in. It's finally skied out to around the 30, and now Eastern going the other way.
It felt like it took them a lot of effort to get a clearance going there.
Simpson versus Rourke on this close side, and a nice muscle by Simpson to push Rourke off the ball, and now sending it the other way, and a nice touch there from Dram as Dram's trying to beat the defender. But it looks like Schuenman was just too good for Dram. Dram has it on this close side. Dram looking for the cross, does cross it in. Shot attempt still has not been made. Dancing around is Troilo. Troilo trying to get it back towards Dram. A bit of a miscommunication. That one will go straight back to Eastern.
Took the words out of my mouth. A miscommunication for sure. But
and make sure you follow us on Instagram at SterlingTV19, where we will have pictures of all of us here at the Tech Crew, stuff about the sports, and stuff happening around the school. So make sure you go follow us at SterlingTV19.
And unpause myself real quick. It's, as I was saying, lost my train of thought there. The miscommunication, obviously, there was some good communication, but just the shot couldn't be taken in time for it to be effective. It's been I wouldn't say the main issue, but it's been one of a couple issues that have thrown off Sterling's attack in this game thus far.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Sterling's just waiting for that great opportunity. You know, they've had a few opportunities so far, but nothing too insane. You're just waiting for that one shot that you think can finally bury it.
And here could be that one shot. Troilo pushes it in, and a nice play by Abigné.
Great play by
to
the
say
keeper
no
there.
way, Jose, to Tony Troilo.
It is picture-perfect defending.
Great time run as well from Troilo. You know, just the ball is like few feet off. I mean, it's a good pass. Great play all around from both teams.
And the positive announcers jinx. I mean, we were talking about that big opportunity. That was one that Sterling definitely needed to capitalize on. A nice pass from Dram, but Troilo cannot put it home. So this game stays 0-0, but Sterling picking up the pressure again. Dram has some open field. Has Byrne off to the side. Dram shakes her head no. Takes a shot, but is easily blocked. Dram going to push it back towards Shinseki. Shinseki going to push it towards the middle. Kind of gets a weird pass on it, and now Eastern's going to have the opportunity to clear it away. Skylar Yezi pushes it forward for Eastern, and they push past the Sterling defensive line, so Eastern has the numbers advantage on that far side. To me is Rota. Rota does the cutoff correctly. It makes that pass go a little waywire, as now recovering is Byrne, and Byrne kicks that one far away.
I mean, I feel like this has been the story where it's been throw in, a little bit of play throw in, a little bit more play throw in. It's been a lot of that.
Lots on the sidelines here.
Feels like it's delayed the pace of the game for both attacks. Maybe that's the reason they just can't keep momentum, because it keeps getting halted by, side play.
And you can follow us on Twitter or X at SterlingTV19, where we will have live updates of all the games and stuff happening around the castle. So make sure you go follow us on X or Twitter at SterlingTV19. So the game continues on. Weather gets a little chilly, and the lights are getting a little brighter as this game has ticked away in this second half. About 27 minutes and 40 seconds left on the big scoreboard.
As Max pointed out, still on the sidelines. Just a lot of gritty play over here. Just neither team wanted to give anything up.
That's a nice play there from Byrne, pushing it forward towards Dram. Dram has it around midfield. Dram's going to try and push it past this defense. Dram looking to take a shot on goal, cut off, and that one's sent away. As Eastern plays that lockdown defense, it gets very dangerous, Montgomery Dram.
This is one of the first times I think I've seen Dram almost be able to beat out the defensive line. It seems almost inevitable at this point, as throughout the first half and now the first quarter of the second half here. She's been very good at trying to find the gaps through the midfield, and the defensive line has been that final hurdle she keeps tripping on. And the hope is they can get over that hump and score, make it 1-0 off of the runs that she's been having throughout these past minutes.
Great thing about Dram is she's just so well at controlling the ball and making plays that they just give her the space. And with that space, you really can find some offensive opportunities.
So Troilo gets it back to Dram. Dram takes a shot on goal, easily collected. So Dram definitely taking some risks. In this stage of the game, it's almost what you have to do. It's a really nice play, well-placed shot. But she cannot prevail, as now Zazada has it around midfield. Sterling has had the offense's tempo for the couple of minutes now. There. Give and go is correct from Tully. A bit of a weird pass from Baker. Goes to the Eastern foot and kicked out of bounds quickly.
Something I will say about the shots that have been from either beyond the box or just on the line, kind of teetering from in and out of the box. What they've been very good at is getting it the distance to go to the net, but they can't be viewing that as, well, it's almost there, it should work. It needs to be, if it's not in the net, the shot wasn't good enough.
So now Eastern clears it out towards the midfield. Sterling still going to have to continue to play this tight defense. Now Rourke has it on that far side, and now beating the Sterling defensive line is Eastern. Eastern pushing forward. Elise Simpson with the cutoff, and nice tackle there by Elise Simpson. Clean cut and professional, and Simpson trying to clear this one away. Trickles back to this Eastern back line. Sterling still looking for that clear. Eastern does keep it in. Eastern has the momentum. One-on-one shot here. Headed the wrong way. Sterling still looking for that clear. Eastern still persistent, keeping it in. Simpson finally gets her feet on it, and Simpson sends that one away.
It's another instance where a little bit of a miscue, an unnecessary pass, leads to a chance that wasn't taken. It's rough to see.
So Zazada was on that far side. Dram takes it herself, easily cleared away there from Eastern. Sterling keeps it in. Looks like Taylor Baker is going to get that one. Passes it over to Zazada. Passes it in the middle towards Troilo. Troilo has someone on the outside, isn't going to look. She does finally look. Passes it to Byrne. Byrne crosses it towards the middle. Finds the foot of Baker. Baker looking to make a play. Has Zazada on that outside. Zazada cuts it to the middle towards Dram. Dram has a moment to make a play. Has two defenders on her. She gets it back up. Looks like to Harmon. Harmon over to Zazada.
Great ball movement here from the Knights.
And that one cleared away from Eastern as the announcers Jinx kills Mikey for the first time as that ball movement is quickly shut down. But Revetas keeps it in. Gets cut off once again by an Eastern defender, and Eastern looking to chip that one away. Keeps it in. Roscoli looking to take it up, but Cami Revetas says not going to happen today. As three substitutions come on here for Eastern. And you can subscribe to us on YouTube at Sterling Channel 19, where you will see commercials, live streams of all the games, and most importantly, those Castle Connections featuring our principal, Jared Claiborne. So make sure you subscribe to us at youtube.com/SterlingTV19. So the throw in here coming from Spector. Spector hits it off of Revetas. That one's going to go out of bounds. So now Eastern has an opportunity for another throw in here. Spectre going to be the one to take it once again. With about 23 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in the second half. Offensive opportunities, but defensive dominance has really been the story of this game. As the score stays 0-0, a quick clear there from Sterling, trying to get out of harm's way, but Spectre is going to have the opportunity for another throw-in once again.
This is what I think. While Sterling has been good at defending it, they haven't been good at attacking well on it and trying to get it out from, you know, the sidelines. They can play through the sidelines. They can't play from a vantage point where stopping the sidelines, which is what they need to do, has been working. It's just resulted in throw-in after throw-in after throw-in, which isn't going to get you anywhere.
So Dram tries to find Troilo on that close side. Troilo trying to push this Eastern defense, and they kick it out towards our cameraman right there. Actually can't really tell who that is. It's going to be Douglas Bennett.
Dougie.
So here comes Zazada kicking it back towards Revadis. Revadis back to Zazada, a little give and go, and Zazada gets it over towards Byrne. Byrne gets it forward towards Troilo. Troilo has it in the corner. Eastern doing a good job of keeping it to the wings, as they do once again right there. As it looks like that one's going to be a corner kick for Sterling. So Sterling yet with another opportunity here for a corner kick, as we see the clock right there. 22 minutes left in this second half. Dram taking her sweet time getting to that corner. Dram has played almost every minute, if not every minute, in this contest so far. Dram raises the right arm, ready to fire this one in. Intercepted by that Eastern defense. Quickly in is Cami Revadis. Revadis passes it towards the middle, looking for the header is Troilo. Another opportunity, a nice save there by Abigné. And that one was close. A little too close for comfort for Eastern. This game stays 0-0.
It was a wonderful cross in. Couldn't get the header on it. The second chance shot just wasn't there from a great effort from the keeper for Eastern. And it leads to just another chance that they're going to be kicking themselves over because they just couldn't capitalize in the end.
Taylor Baker with a huge opportunity there, the sophomore, as we mentioned, her second game back after being on concussion protocol for a couple of games. Now coming in the game here for Sterling is the freshman Ava Bates. Big throw in here from Hoffaker, finds Troilo. Team trying to advance but can't. Bit of a rough go in that defensive line, but now Simpson has it around midfield. Simpson is going to get it in towards Zazada. Zazada to Dram. Dram takes a shot on goal, and it goes right up in the crossbar.
Wow.
I think that should have been considered.
They might have to call some VAR on that so you can cross the line.
I think that should have been out of bounds. I think that goalpost does count.
She kicked the field goal?
Yeah.
No, it's a doink.
It's a doink.
Oh, wow.
So definitely out of bounds is the right call there. As here comes a kick here for Eastern.
Almost got 3 on that.
Yeah. Not a lot of football references here. I wonder if everyone can realize what our main sport is here. Sterling TV 19.
It's obviously golf.
We love all sports here.
We do. Doing this job has forced me to learn a lot of these different sports, and I think that's one of the most fun parts of my job is I mean, I guess you could say culturing myself on some of these different sports. Is now here comes Bentfield the other way, sends it towards the middle, a shot taken, blocked by Rhoda, quickly out by Hoffaker, gets it over towards Bates. Bates trying to keep it in, trying to prevent another throw-in, but cannot prevail. And now Eastern's going to have another opportunity. Looks like Spectre once again. He's done all the throw-ins here for Eastern in this game. He's going to take another one here for the Vikings. Ready to throw this one in. Gets the head of an Eastern player. A nice save there by Sims to close that one out, and that was another one that was very close for comfort.
I mean, they saw the positioning of the throw-in. They were, let's treat this throw-in like a corner, and it almost works out in their favor, but like we had mentioned before, the brick wall in the net, you're not going to do anything against it.
Yeah, no. Just gives up nothing.
Absolutely unfazed in moments of high pressure like that.
Looked like there maybe Revadis kicked that one out. I really couldn't get a great look at it. It either hit Sims or hit Revadis, but either way, good defensive and goaltender play from Sterling Knights.
But it will still be Sterling ball as Simpson's ready to kick this one away. Towards the midfield, hits off of Zazada, gets into that defensive line of Eastern. Varvatos ready to kick that one away as well. Kicks it up towards Byrne. Byrne kicks it up towards Dram. Dram makes a move, and Dram has some room to roam. Dram continuing to go on. Dram moves her way past another defender. Defensive play is attempted, not made. Dram still has the ball going the other way. Gets it over to Zazada. Zazada loses possession, and now Eastern going the other way.
Really reminded me of, you know, if you're playing Madden, you're going up, and you're like, no, I got this. You go all the way back around.
Just ball is absolutely glued to her foot.
Yeah. So, looks like Benfield was a little shaken up on that one. No high kick called. Looks like Shinseki's going to check back into this one for Paige Harmon. Shinseki notched her first goal of the season this past game at Lenape, but you can follow our next TV game Friday, October 4th. It'll be field hockey starting at 4 o'clock. Sterling versus Glassboro. You can find that live on Channel 19 or live on YouTube at youtube.com/SterlingTV19. And another game happening that Friday, October 4th, football. Sterling at Collingswood. Big rivalry game starting at 7 p.m. That one can also be found live on Channel 19 and live on YouTube at youtube.com/SterlingTV19.
Love to see the football team have some life this season. You know, that was a big win last week. I was very surprised.
20-13 win over Gloucester Catholic. 2 rushing touchdowns by Jay Sholly Ward and a pick 6 by JoJo Carter. Carter has turned into a really electric player for the Knights so far in this season, coming up with a lot of big plays in big, high-pressure situations.
Easton does a good job of defending that corner kick right there.
Definitely.
But kept in by Varvatos.
Now Zazada is going to take it at around the 20. 2 Eastern players bump into each other. Dram wins the foot fight. Dram has a little bit of room, takes a shot. It's blocked by Eastern. Sterling trying to continue on. That one cleared away by Eastern defense. Simpson looks to head it, gets a little physical there, and now it looks like Benfield's going to pass it up for the offense. Eastern pushing forward. A big kick taken, deflected off of Sterling. Definitely didn't get the right angle, and Hauber cannot push that one in.
I think she thought she had someone to pass to there.
Yeah.
She just didn't. It was the perfect pass to get an assist from, but they end up assisting nobody but the other team.
So Eastern almost having a big opportunity, big blows going back and forth, but both of these fighters still standing. As now Troilo moves up, gets it over to Dram. Dram takes a big shot.
Oh, there you go. She got 3 there.
Points.
It is good.
For Dram.
A la Jake Elliott.
Well, he hasn't kicked much this season.
Last year.
Yeah. But Dram gets the 3 points for Sterling.
I'm on my fantasy team.
15:40 left here in the second half. Mikey would still find a way to lose that week in fantasy.
All right, then let's not get into that here.
So now Sterling gets possession at around midfield. Eastern deflects it back in. Eastern has it on that far side, looking to kick it forward. Looks like a leg race here. Simpson going to be the first one to the ball, trying to kick it out. 2 players collide. Sims coming out of the cage and makes the easy scoop.
By Sims there.
Huge play by Sims there. One wrong decision, and that could have been detrimental for the Sterling team.
Very heads-up play just to scoop that up.
I really felt like it could have been a call, but I totally understand.
Both sides are very physical in that play.
I was about to say.
Rough one.
I think the refs have not let a lot go in this game.
Yeah, they're just letting them play tonight.
Yeah. And I mean, my favorite part of the game, I'm sure it's Mikey's too. 2 hockey players, myself and Mikey. I mean, we love the physicality aspect of all the sports.
Absolutely. As long as you're playing the ball, I say let them play.
Yeah. So Hoffaker has it on that far side. Hoffaker is going to have to clear it away. Hits it off of Eastern. Finds Bates. Bates gets into a little bit of a physical matchup there, but maintains possession.
Shake up a little bit there.
Yeah. So now Dram kicks it over towards Zazada. Zazada back to Dram. Looks like Dram wasn't ready for that give and go. Dram gets it in the middle, looking for Troilo. Troilo gets a rough touch on the ball and the easy collection.
I said it was a very rough touch. I think she was ready for it, but just, not enough control, and it leads to a nice easy scoop and a goal kick. Not really the right term, but you know what I mean.
So Varvatos trying to get it forward towards Baker. Varvatos in a physical fight there with Benfield. Benfield is the victor. Benfield looking to advance this Eastern offense. Sterling cuts it off. Simpson trying to clear it away and does. Gets it over to that outside where Baker has a bit of trouble playing the ball, and it's now a throw-in. Whistle blows. A couple substitutions coming in here for Eastern. Looks like Rourke is going to come back in the game. one of Eastern's biggest attackers in this game. Rourke has 4 goals, 6 assists, and 14 points here for Eastern as we get a nice view of the castle. A good crowd for both sides here, Sterling and Eastern, so even some of the super fans showing up.
Great Sterling super fans here.
Yeah.
A lot of the seniors showed up. Love to see that.
And now this will be a throw-in for Sterling. Whistle blows. Looks like Cami Rivadis is going to take it closer to that back line. Mr. K let out a very high-pitched hi because Cami Rivadis was right next to our camera. Caught me a little off guard. This one crossed towards the middle. Sims makes the easy collection. And now Sterling gets to regroup. She sends this one away. Looking for Troilo midfield, clicked away by Eastern. Big heads-up play, and now Eastern is going to take it the other way. Rourke in the middle, cut off by Simpson. Simpson sends that one away.
Yeah,
nice play by...
No space allowed. She just absolutely just clamping it.
Cami making a big physical, Cami Rivadis making a big physical play. Sterling definitely leveling up the intensity as the game has gone on. Done a good job of, not doing much of, I guess you could say, the silly stuff and kind of just keeping it down to the basics, which is what they do best.
Absolutely. No nonsense defense here. Just get it out. No dilly-dallying or anything.
That was exactly what I was looking for there, Mikey. Substitution comes on here for the Knights. Looking like that is Lily Byrne on that far side, but what is the question?
Another strong throw in here.
Yeah, throwing after throwing. The game's really been played along the wings so far in this game, as we've mentioned time and time again.
Games
This
in the
one's
trenches.
Sent deep. Rourke has it and around midfield. Rourke trying to send it in. Sims with the easy collection. So I guess the intense moments has died down for the moment. Hasn't been much offense coming from both sides, as Mr. K mentions the announcer's jinx. Has gotten Mikey once. It's actually gotten me in a more positive way once, but the announcer's jinx is just something we really can't duck from. It's not a myth. That thing happens all the time. So Simpson ready to clear that one away. A nice header over towards Baker. Baker gets pressure from Rourke. Rourke does a great job as Baker passes it forward towards Troilo. Troilo looks like she wasn't ready for it and has to come back and play a little bit of defense. Sends that one away is Eastern. Simpson the first one to it, along with Rossioli for Eastern. Shinseki sends it forward towards Dram, and now Dram has some room to work. Dram dribbling it forward towards Troilo. Troilo again gets a rough touch on the ball, but recovers. Troilo has the opportunity. She takes a shot. But a nice tackle from the Eastern defense. With about 10 minutes and 10 seconds left to play.
Great opportunity there for the Knights,
Huge.
Chance after chance, and I just feel like there's been a lot of opportunities, but not enough of a payoff to really justify the amount that's been getting in. You need to be able, especially in these last 10 minutes here, to weave through like you have been and then capitalize. Because without any capitalization, there's nothing to base off of other than just could have tried that little bit harder, and you hate to be asking yourself, what could we have done differently with the effort, because you want to put in your 100%.
Absolutely. I mean, especially with their defense doing absolutely all they can. You really got to capitalize on your offensive opportunities.
As Mikey mentioned, defense doing a great job for both of these games, absolutely dominating. And as I mentioned before, offensive opportunities, but defense has really been the triumphant factor for both of these teams in this game. So we're just under 10 minutes left to play, about 9 minutes and 15 seconds left. 0-0 the score. Both teams definitely no short of some offensive opportunities, but both defenses and goalies standing on their heads doing a great job.
Absolutely.
Being, just elite. As I mentioned before, Sterling, we understand, as we covered in the first couple of games, they graduated a ton of seniors, Eastern graduating 7. So even though this is a rematch of this Coaches Cup tournament from last year, a bit of some unfamiliar faces both teams are facing from before.
Yeah, it's great to see that after all those seniors graduated, all those underclassmen that were also played in that game, have to lead the team now.
Rourke has an opportunity, cleared away there by Simpson, and Simpson continues to have that heads-up defense as it's skied back in. Sims has to make a play on the ball. She bobbles it, but makes the catch.
Sims and Simpson have been locked down in this second half. First half was Rivadis' half on the wings of the field. It's been all Simpson and a lot of good, not too physical, but physical enough to force the ball away from any, possible chances, releases some pressure off the keeper, and lets the midfield think, okay, here we go. Let's get the push going.
Absolutely.
So offside called. As we mentioned before, girls tennis won their first playoff win since 2018. They play at number 3 Middle Township next Tuesday. So definitely great for Mr. Strauss and the girls program. They get the 5-0 sweep as the 6th seed in the tournament.
Absolutely love to see that from Mr. Strauss. I don't know if you saw that assembly today, hit an absolute beautiful gritty.
Absolute gritty. It was beautiful.
Graceful.
Now Troilo has it on the near side. Troilo trying to put a move, gets it to that outside towards Dram. Dram bobbles it, has to recover. One-on-one with the defender. Dram chips it forward, looking for maybe the give and go. Baker kind of stumbles. Zazada gets it over towards Shinseki. Shinseki looking to cross it in, puts a shot, but it goes a little wide.
Now, the Sterling offense, it really seems that their bread and butter is the give and go.
Yeah.
There's a lot of speed, a lot of quick passing, a lot of great movement. You just need to get that through and looking to capitalize here.
Great analysis there by Mikey. If you're just tuning in, I'm Daniel Leakin, joined by Max Zubak and Mikey Tully here in the booth.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Of course. Glad to have everyone here tonight. These Tuesday night lights with this crisp fall breeze.
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful night outside tonight. Perfect night for some girls soccer. A little chilly. One of the first chilly nights after experiencing a little bit of heatness this past weekend. For example, the Eagles playing in 103-degree weather over in Tampa Bay.
I'm sorry, this is New Jersey, not Tampa. So
it was still hot here this past weekend. Was it? It was. I think it was a little hotter than it normally is, or that it should be in October, September.
It's all right. New Jersey is a very bipolar state when it comes to weather.
Correct.
It could be snowing tomorrow for all we know.
Yeah. Then we'll get a heat wave.
And the next day it's spring.
So Dram looking to start something here for the Sterling offense.
Good pass up there.
Harmon gets it over towards Baker. Baker passes it back towards Simpson. Simpson has to be careful, and she just pushes it forward towards Troilo. Intercepted by Eastern. Rota looking to make the physical play, and now Rourke has the leg advantage over the Sterling defense. Simpson chasing behind her. Rourke, one-on-one with the goalie. What a save by Sims! Wow. Another save by Sims. She has to go and save it, and it's in the net. So an effort fail by Sims, and Eastern takes the 1-0 lead. Rourke gets her 5th of the season.
I mean, what Sims did there was incredible, and just kind of trying to curl up on the ball is really all you could do there. It gives Eastern their goal very late.
Looks like there might be a offside.
Offside.
So wait, the ref is blowing the whistle. We're not necessarily sure what's happening here.
I don't know. That's someone in the crowd signaling for VAR.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, add 20 seconds back. So we're going to take a look at the replay. It looks like this goal was disallowed for everyone wondering back at home. We're trying to figure that out now.
Let's see.
Actually, it looks like...
I think I see why. I think they're calling a handball on Sterling there just before.
Oh, wow.
No, but I think this goal will still be counted. Yeah, they are playing it at midfield, so the goal does stand. Skews everyone at home. 5 minutes and 33 seconds left.
Very interesting.
We're taking a look at it again. Rourke blasting through the Sterling defensive wall. Definitely some interesting stuff, but nevertheless, Rourke gets Eastern on the board, breaking that 0-0 seal. Electric goal. Eastern bench was electric. Now they're trying to do it once again.
Now 5 minutes left. That's an absolute crucial play for the Eastern team.
And definitely, what a valiant effort there by Maddie Sims.
Absolutely.
Kept 2 shots out of the net. It just trickles behind her. We're going to take another look. A nice leading pass there from Eastern. Rourke had the grass and Sims ahead of her. Taking it a little slow here. Rourke, the initial first save. Oh. Wow.
maybe called a hand pass there on Simpson.
Simpson,
rather,
definitely a little distraught. She took a slip, and that was really one of the main reasons Rourke got to slip towards Sims. So definitely crucial.
They're Sterling here just looking to absolutely capitalize, and they need that goal now, absolutely. So full press, I would assume, for the Sterling Knights offense.
So now Eastern ready to throw it in. Can't believe, after so many offensive opportunities, the one-on-one chance against Sims. Sims gets the initial first save. The defense can't recover, and Rourke gets another opportunity that she puts in the back of the net.
Absolutely, just unfortunate for Sims for such a great effort. Still ends up in the back of the net.
So the final 3 minutes and 45 seconds left here in this game.
All right, Knights got an opportunity here, looking to capitalize before this
Something
clock
about
runs out on them.
Something that's important about playing on the turf is you get that clock advantage. You really get to get a scope of how much time you have left.
Absolutely.
Simpson ready to boot this one away. Sends it towards the middle, looking for Knights in the middle. Definitely a bit of trouble at the front. So we get the Johnny Orlino drone shot here, replay of the goal. What an initial first save by Sims to start.
Absolutely.
And then there's the slip right there by Simpson, which allows another shot on goal. And it just trickles past Sims. She does get the hand on it, but she looked like she was trying to throw it out. Still ends up behind that yellow line.
Looks like it was ruled out.
It looks like
still played the ball. Thrown back
when
in
it
now.
first happened, it looked like the ref was coming over to tell us to VAR it, acting like we were the officials of the match, but they were just talking about the time on the scoreboard. But that is how it seemed at first.
Well,
looks like there's an injured Viking on the ball. The refs say, or excuse me, on the ground. The refs say play on. That's Katrina Kokolis.
She's still down. There we go. Now we got the whistle.
So we get the whistle and the stoppage of time happening at around 2 minutes and 19 seconds. So we're going to take yet another look at this goal from Nevaeh Rourke to get her 5th of the season. A nice angle by Bryak, a nice wide angle. To really have everyone understand the scope of this goal and just really how close it was.
Great hustle attempt by Simpson there. She's unlucky, slips, trying to get that ball back and ends up in the back of her net.
So definitely an ankle injury here for Kokolis.
Could very well be an Achilles type deal.
Yeah, that's the way it's looking. Definitely a bit slow to get up.
Try to get up.
So if you're just tuning in, Rourke just got the game-breaking goal to get both teams' first goal of the game. Absolutely killer for the Knights after playing such outstanding defense against these Vikings. This is the killer. Unbelievably close for Sims. Unbelievably close for Simpson.
Absolutely.
So desperation time here for the Lady Knights. Once we get Kokolis' situation all squared up. 2 minutes and 19 seconds left. Eastern looking to just play that outside defense that they've been mastering in this game.
Love to see her get up and be able to walk off on her own.
And just one final angle before we put this puppy to bed. Rourke just blazing speed and outrunning Simpson is definitely something, even if you have a head start, normally she'll just hawk you down.
Absolutely.
And just trickles past that yellow line.
And Sims really almost had it on that second attempt there. Just got caught on her own body, but if she got that out, that would have been absolutely insane play. Nonetheless, great overall play by her. It's just unlucky, ended up in her own net.
Just a matter of she even got there right as it touched the line.
Absolutely.
Just couldn't get it out of her hands in time.
So a throw in here for Eastern. 2 minutes and 19 seconds left for Sterling. In desperation time now. And Eastern doing a great job there of generating a foul.
Looks like they're going to get a foul on Sterling.
Looks like Aubrey Benfield did a great job of that time-wasting tactic.
Not many fouls tonight by either team. Again, like we said, the refs letting them play.
Just under 2 minutes left here in this contest.
Looks like they're stalling here. I don't know. Maybe they're waiting for a referee.
Yeah.
Waiting for the whistle.
So they continue to stall. Rourke and Benfield keeping that ball in the corner.
Just might kick it out for Sterling. Stop this clock.
So it is in possession of Eastern. Or excuse me, that will be a goal kick. I mean, that is something called the time-wasting tactic, as there's about 1 minute and 20 seconds left, so Sterling just has time for one big push, and they turn it over towards Rourke, and Rourke going right back to the corner, and Benfield coming to support.
You know, the Vikings doing a great job of just controlling the ball in the corner, not giving Sterling any opportunity to fight back in this game.
So whistle blown, and Eastern's going to have an opportunity to do it again. Their fans getting a little rowdy towards the end of this one. Just under a minute left.
Just an absolute scrum in the corner now.
Definitely getting a little chippy there. Extracurriculars.
Just an absolute dogfight in this corner for these final 45 seconds.
So last minute to play in this second half. Rourke, again, doing this time-wasting tactic, getting really physical in that corner.
Looking for a call in these last 30 seconds.
So 30 seconds left.
Wow, Vikings just still keeping in this corner. That flag is taking a beating.
Insanely impressive for the Vikings. 5 girls on the ball here for Sterling. Immediate contact made. Rota, one of the more physical defenders here for the Knights, is going to continue to go this way as the time ticks down. 7 seconds left. 5, 4. It's hit out, but it looks like it's too little, too late.
I'm going to wrap this one up.
And the Eastern Vikings are going to take the rematch from the 2023 Coaches Cup Final, 1-0 off of a big goal from Nevaeh Rourke.
You know, just a heartbreaking loss for Sterling after battling for such a long, hard-fought game. To only lose by 1 is rough, you know, especially in the last 5 minutes to let that go in.
And definitely a big win for Eastern, as they are now 5-0 in their last 5 games. Sterling suffering their first loss after this 3-game winning streak. And that'll take us to close. So Sterling loses the Coaches Cup rematch against Eastern. And here is how they lost it. Nevaeh Rourke tearing through the Sterling defensive line. Simpson in the dogfight with her.
Yeah, looking like DK Metcalf Chase down there.
Nevaeh Rourke puts a shot on goal. Sims saves it. And that one just gets past Sims.
Sims really almost had that one. That's a heartbreaker.
So an absolute heartbreaker indeed. Sterling loses this Coaches Cup rematch 1-0. Thank you all for tuning in on Sterling Channel 19. I'm Daniel Leakin, joined by Max Zubak and Mikey Tully, saying so